You think that getting your motorcycle stolen would make you stop riding, but for me, it did the exact opposite. Ever since I released my last video about my motorcycle getting stolen here in New York City, a lot of people have asked me the same question. Why do you still ride? After everything that happened, after the theft, after the expense, after the stress, why not just walk away? Honestly, that's a fair question, because if motorcycles were just transportation, I probably would have. For me, motorcycles became something much bigger than that. And to explain why I still ride, I need to go back a little. For 17 years, I was a professional working actor. I performed all over the world. I played roles like the King in The King and I and the engineer in Miss Saigon. And I loved it. And I was fortunate enough to make a successful career of it. Honestly, I thought I'd be doing it forever. Then life changed. My parents became sick. I stepped away from performing to help take care of them. When my mother passed away, I thought eventually I'd return to acting, but life was moving in a different direction, and I found myself needing something that kept me in one place, a different career, a different path. It was time for me to take on a new role. Now, my brother-in-law at the time had been riding his entire life. He had started working at Ducati, New York, and told me they were hiring. As for me, I didn't ride at all. I knew almost nothing about motorcycles or the motorcycle industry. I had spent years working in retail and sporting good jobs outside of acting, helping people with outdoor gear. So I applied. I started as an apparel associate. I studied, I learned, I soaked it in. Everything I could about motorcycles, riding gear, and the industry. Before long, I was pushing motorcycles, talking with riders every day, and learning from people who had been riding for decades. A few months later, I became apparel and gear manager. Then something happened to me I never expected. I completely fell in love with motorcycles. Not because of the speed, not because of the motorcycle itself, but because of how riding made me feel. When I was on a motorcycle, I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about responsibilities. I wasn't thinking about stress. I was completely focused on the road in front of me. I got my license, bought my first motorcycle, started riding every chance I could. And before I knew it, riding became a part of my everyday life. I will never forget that first time I was riding on my own. It was fall. Cold air coming through the helmet vents, hitting my head, hitting my neck, and I felt like I was flying. I remember telling myself, I am happy right now. Looking back now, I realize it wasn't really about motorcycles. I mean, not entirely. It was about what they gave me. Freedom, adventure, a challenge, a new community, a reason to keep growing. For the first time in years, I was learning something completely new. I was a beginner again, and that felt exciting. Motorcycles helped me build a new chapter of my life, one I never expected. Then, my first motorcycle was stolen. And if you've ever had a motorcycle stolen, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels personal. You feel violated. You feel angry. You replay every decision in your head. Could I have parked somewhere else? Could I have locked it differently? Could I have prevented it? And for a little while, I wondered if it was even worth it. So why then do I still ride? Because motorcycles gave me back parts of myself I thought I had lost. They gave me freedom, they gave me confidence, they gave me purpose, and they gave me a community. And that chapter led me to this channel. In July of 2023, I started Cafe Racer New York City because I wanted to combine two things I love, storytelling and motorcycles. Not long after starting this channel, my marriage came to an end. And if I'm being honest, this channel and this community helped me through that period of my life too. It gave me something to refocus on, a reason to show up, to share what I genuinely believe matters. Keeping riders safe, keeping riders educated. And somewhere in that process, the community became something I didn't expect. Real friendships, people who showed up for me during the hardest moments, including that one. So that's why I still ride. Not because motorcycles are perfect, not because they're practical, and definitely not because they're cheap. I still ride because of everything they added to my life. My motorcycle was stolen, but the things motorcycles gave me, nobody can ever steal that. So what about you? How did motorcycles change your life? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to learn more about riding here in New York City or gear, since I also do gear reviews, check out my other videos over here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see ya.